Welcome to CS 307 Decision Support Technologies. This is an overview video for the first module in this course, which is called Introduction to the course. Every module in this class will have an overview video where I suggest you start, and this video will give you a high-level overview of the topics covered in a particular module, as well as the things that you need to do in terms of assessment, the quizzes that you need to take or the assignments that you need to submit. In this module, you need to do the following. First of all, I suggest you take a look at my bio. So I have my instructor bio slides right here. Now, in a way, it's not required. I will not test you over my bio. That would be too much, but it's always good to get to know your instructor. For example, if you come across something, let's say in my research, that seems to be of interest to you, feel free to ask me questions about that particular area or topic. I'll be happy to help with any information that I can. For example, I remember in the past, I'm like one of the areas where I do research is big data, and big data / data science. And by the way, this course, is very much related to data science, not necessarily to big data, although we'll be covering big data, at the end of this course. It's largely related to data science or business analytics, which is another term. So I remember there was a student taking this course, and he was interested in a career in data science, and he was actually thinking about applying to a master's program in data science in one of the universities here in the Midwest. And that's what he did. He kind of asked for my input. He shared with me information that he gathered at that point about different universities. So I kind of gave him my feedback about this, about this program, about a career in data science, and so forth. So again, if there is something that I can help you with, please feel free to contact me about this. So that's number one. Number two, and this is something that is very important, and therefore this is something that I do require you to do. You need to go over the syllabus. Now, for those of you who are taking this course face-to-face, I will go over the syllabus in class. But if you're taking this course online, you need to read the syllabus on your own. So here you have my contact information. This is my schedule, so you know where to when you can come to my office hours. Also, like if let's say there's something urgent you want to talk to me about, and I'm not in the office, so you can know that I'm teaching a particular course in this particular room. Read the course description. It kind of gives you a summary of what this course is all about. Those are key learning outcomes. Now, this outline is tentative. I really view it more as an inventory of all the things that we might do. Okay. I mean, in a way, I do stick to my syllabus, meaning I try to cover all of those topics, but sometimes I make some adjustments, and typically, by reducing the content, not increasing it, because sometimes, let's say, we lose a lot of time due to, holidays plus weather, like let's say we had snow and we lost a couple of classes, so in that case I'll have to remove some of the assignments and topics. So that's why I call it tentative outline. It's not carved in stone. And overall, to be honest, like I practice this agile methodology. I don't like to set deadlines way in advance. Like I know there are some instructors who will tell you on day one when we're going to have exam 1, exam 2, and so forth. I don't do it because I want to get a sense of how things are going before I make those decisions. But of course, when I decide on a particular deadline or when I decide on a particular topic, on a particular topic to subject to cover or not to cover, I inform you way in advance. I mean, you'll have like, if let's say if you're having exam 1, I will tell you about the date of exam 1 at least 2 or 3 weeks in advance. So go over the syllabus, please. And after you go over the syllabus, I will ask you to take the syllabus quiz. For this quiz, just like for any other quiz that you'll have in this class, and you'll have a total of 10 quizzes in this class, and I'll drop the lowest grade out of those 10 as the syllabus says. For each quiz, you'll have 2 attempts. So you can take it once and you'll see your score. If you don't like your score, let's say you didn't get 100%, you can retake this quiz. You can take each quiz 2 times. And there are 2 main goals behind those quizzes. Number one, those quizzes are meant to force you to keep up with the course, to do the readings, to do the required assignments. So that's number one. Goal number 2, those quizzes, they give you some practice before you take an actual exam. So the format of questions that you will see during actual exams will be quite similar to what you see on your quizzes. So those quizzes, they kind of help you to determine, to practice for the actual exam and determine where you stand. For example, if you absolutely failed a particular quiz, you know that something needs to be done before you take the actual exam. I mean, you need to revisit all of the materials, otherwise you may fail it, okay? So the level of difficulty for exam questions will be approximately the same. So please do that before August 21st. I mean, by the end of August 21st. That's what this deadline means. And by the way, depending on the semester depending on the semester of when you're taking the scores, the date may be different. But August 21st means this is the last day to take this quiz. Now there's another quiz, which is not really a quiz; it's a survey, just like the name says, student profile survey. So in this survey, I'm basically asking you to tell me to give me some information about your academic background, your professional aspirations, things you like and things you don't like. This is for me to get a better sense of what kind of students I have in my class, what they require from this course. So this is for me to get to know you, and perhaps based on what I learn about you, I may modify the course to cater to your needs better. Okay, so that's the second quiz that you need to take. There is assignment 1, and as I explained in the assignment 1 tutorial, this is not like a real assignment. This is really something that will help you get started with this course, but nevertheless you have to do it, and if you do it, if you follow the directions, you will easily get 5 out of 5 points. By the way, all of my quizzes, they're like 1 point, but because typically quizzes have 10 questions, I score them on 10-point scale. And because assignments, they're graded using a rubric, I'll talk about this rubric in a minute, that has 5 questions, it has 5 points. So in other words, you need to convert it back into percentage course score percentages, okay, based on the weight allocated for each of those assignments. But basically, each quiz is only 1% from your final grade. Each assignment is 5% from your final grade. So assignments carry more weight. So quizzes, they're meant for you really to practice, but at the same time to give you enough motivation to keep up with the course. Now for assignment 1, I have a separate video presentation. I don't have a separate link, and to be honest, I don't know how to organize for this. Basically all of my videos, they're kind of dumped in one folder, so unfortunately you have to search for that video on your own. So this is like an example of a Integrity course video link. If you click here, it will ask you to open it in a new window. It has to be a new window because otherwise it will not function properly. So here you have assignment 1 tutorial, and you can see that I have all those video presentations for most of the assignments and for most of the tutorials and video presentation and in-class presentations that I make. So you can sort them by title to make it a bit easier for you to search through those videos. Okay, so for example, assignment 1 video is right here. Okay. Now some assignments may not have a video, although I think most of them have a video. Like if it's kind of self-explanatory on what needs to be done, then there's no point for me to record a video if there are no special instructions. Now, and by the way, this introductory video will also be available as a part of those Integrity videos for each module. I haven't recorded those intro videos for all modules yet, so for now you'll have only one video for this particular module. Now, when it comes to once you submit this assignment, I will assign a grade for it. Now, this may not be completely applicable to the first assignment because this is not like a real assignment. It's like an intro assignment, but it will be applicable to all subsequent assignments. So what happens is that once you submit your assignment, let's say I ask you to submit a database, I look at your database from all sides. I test it out, and then I answer the following questions. And when I answer those questions, there's a score associated with each question, and then I use my answers to calculate your score for this particular assignment. For example, question number 1 or point number 1: directions for the assignment have been followed. So let's say I put strongly agree, meaning I feel like you followed all of the directions, you went through all of the steps that I asked you in the assignment. Then it says assignment has been fully completed. So let's say you completed the assignment. I feel like you've done a good job. However, there were some nuances that you missed. For example, I asked you to include a particular table, and you forgot to include it, although the database seems to be working. There is that lack of functionality, in other words, you didn't meet all the requirements completely. So let's say overall I agree that you completed the assignment, but something is missing, just some minor things are missing. So I'll give you 4. Quality of the submitted assignment is high. So let's say I put strongly agree, meaning I like your analysis that you submitted together with the database. I looked at your tables. The data entry stage, was carried out very diligently. I don't see any errors in your data, so I'm saying high. I'm saying the quality of the assignment is high. Submitted assignment shows mastery of relevant class material and or technologies. So in other words, each assignment is meant to have you practice a particular concept or tool or technology that we cover in class. If I feel that I spend so much time explaining how to use a particular tool, let's say an ERD diagramming tool, and you didn't use it or you didn't use it properly, I may, instead of giving you 5, I may give you, like, let's say 3. In other words, I cannot really say that you're clueless when it comes to doing your assignment, but at the same time, I cannot say that you have learned much in class, so I'll give you neutral. And then number 5, submitted IT artifact is functioning in accordance with the assignment requirements. So let's say let's say overall your database is working, right? But there are some queries that seem to contain some kind of error, and I cannot really tell what the error is, but it's not working properly, so I put 4. Meaning overall your database is working, but there are some bugs in the database, okay? So I'll give you 4 for this point. Sorry. Well, anyways, I marked it like that. And then I calculate your overall score. So basically the maximum that you can get is 25. So it's you missed 1, 2, 3, 4 points. So you got 21 out of 25. And then it's automatically converted to your score of 5. So 21 divided by 25. It's 0.84 times 5. So you get 4.2 out of 5 for this particular assignment based on this rubric. And also, when I complete this quantitative evaluation, I typically write like a small paragraph, maybe a few sentences with my overall impression. Typically, it's it's something that I recommend you focus on. For example, I may tell you like, overall your assignment is good, but it looks like you don't understand how to create queries. This is what you need to review. So I'll give you like an overall verdict or recommendation for your assignment. And again, you will see all those things in Canvas. It won't be like paper-based like this. I'm just using this document to show you the rubric. It will be all available through Canvas. So when you see your grade in Canvas, you'll be able to click on it. And I think you will see like where I deducted points for which dimension, and you will see my overall comments. So this is exactly what those are my expectations, in relation to every assignment. If you want to discuss things in detail, feel free to send me an email, feel free to send me a database, feel free to stop by during my office hours. We can talk about some technical details, but this is how I assign the grade. Okay. Now at the end, I would like to bring your attention to the discussions page. So if you have any questions about this module, I suggest you post your questions here. I recommend, I suggest that you limit email usage to personal matters, like if it's something that is not directly related to the subject matter of the course, let's say you have some kind of personal issue, then feel free to shoot me an email. If it's something related to the subject matter, to the content of this course, I suggest you post your questions here. Feel free to respond to your classmates, like sometimes, let's say I'm traveling or I'm busy and I haven't noticed something, there's like some kind of error, in my skeleton for a database or for an Excel model that I gave you. And if you already figure it out, if you fix that error, feel free to upload that fixed sheet so that people can take a look at it. Or feel free to give people advice on what needs to be fixed in order to get the model working. Of course, you cannot give a solution, right? Because that wouldn't be fair. Everybody has to do his or her own work. But feel free to respond to questions of your peers, and then it becomes like some kind of knowledge base where for example, you can always look at this discussion page and see what people have been struggling with and what kind of responses I gave to you. I'll be checking it. I'll try to be diligent when it comes to checking my Canvas page and getting responding to the notifications that somebody asked a question. But let's say if I'm not responding, it could be I just forgot about it. Then feel free to shoot me an email saying, look, I posted this question to your discussion board and you didn't answer it. So I'll immediately go inside the Canvas page and answer your question. So that's it when it comes to the course introduction. Perhaps this is what we will do during the first week. Also during the first week we will start some other modules. Now there are some additional sections of the Canvas page that are not really a part of any module. First of all, you have exams module. You don't have to worry about it now. I will announce your first exam, meaning the date. The exams will be in the lab. There's a certain procedures that you need to go through. This is for ensuring integrity and security, I guess. But you don't have to worry about it now. Also, for every exam that I have, I'll post like a study guide that tells you what are the things that you need to know for your exam to do well. So you'll have to look at those study guides. I do offer extra credit in this course, and this is my extra credit information sheet. Basically, I'm giving you extra credit points, and those are points towards your final grade. So let's say you get, I don't know, 86 out of 100 as your final grade, and you pass this particular course, online course. I had 4 points, so you'll get 90, meaning you'll switch from B to A. Okay? So basically, I'm asking you to, if you want extra credit, you need to pass one or more online courses from the so-called data science specialization in Coursera. As you may know, Coursera is one of the leading platforms for delivering online courses, and from what I know, this online specialization is basically like a collection of courses. So this specialization, I believe, has like 10 or 11 courses. So this is like, they're saying, the creators of this specialization, they're saying that this is the world's most in-demand online specialization. I think there are hundreds of thousands of people who are enrolled in this specialization, who are taking this specialization every year. So so if you pass, I'm asking you to pass 1, 2, or 3, course 1, course 2, or course 3. So if you pass this Data Scientist Toolbox course, you'll get 4 points. If you pass R programming course, which is like introduction to R programming language, which is increasingly becoming the foundation, the de facto language of data science, you'll get 2 points. If you pass this course, you'll get 2 points as well, getting and cleaning data. This is something that is very relevant to this course. Like, we're not using R in this course, we're using Excel, but R seems to be on the cutting edge of data science. The only thing, and I apologize for that, I tried to make my course materials accessible, but you see, like, in this course, in this particular situation, I need to have some evidence that you actually completed a particular course, and evidence that you were actually the person who completed that course. And you will see, if you attempt to enroll in some of those courses, they have this relatively sophisticated authentication procedure where they will ask you to submit a photo of your ID so that they know it's actually you, versus somebody in a different country taking this course on your behalf. So so basically, this has to be authenticated, and in order to authenticate yourself, you need to pay for this course. It's like $29 to complete this course. Again, the only reason I'm asking for you to pay for this course is that at the end, to claim extra credit, you need to present a certificate, right? Either in the form of a link or a PDF. If you, you can take those courses for free. All of the courses in Coursera can be taken for free. However, if you don't pay for this course, they're not going to authenticate you. They're not going to give you a certificate, right? For my purposes, I do need a certificate to give you extra credit. So the only drawback to this extra credit opportunity is that there's a financial cost associated with it. But nevertheless, if you choose to do it, please do it. You will learn quite a bit. You'll get started with R programming language. You'll get started with data science tools. So feel free to ask me any questions if you're still not sure what needs to be done, or if you're still in doubt whether you want to do it. Okay, friends. So that's it. That's all I had to say about the course. Feel free to post your questions here if you still have any questions, and if it's something personal, then feel free to shoot me an email. My email can be found within the syllabus, or you can use this internal messaging system that is a part of Canvas, which is the same thing. I will still get your message to my email. Okay, so that's it when it comes to introduction to the course. Thank you for listening.